Xin chào cả nhà. Today we're making bánh mì pate thịt nguội. You know the heart and soul of our bánh mì is actually the pate. So today I'm going to show you how to make the pate for the bánh mì. Bánh mì thịt nướng. I don't think they put pate in there, but you can if you want. So pate, if you have the pate right, ooh, your bánh mì is going to be perfect every time. So the famous bánh mì spot in Vietnam, in Saigon at least, is bánh mì Huynh Hoa, and they put loads of the pate on. That's what makes it so good. They also put lots of mayonnaise too. I tend not to put the mayonnaise in because the pate itself has so much butter, so no need for the mayonnaise. I think one thing I'm missing in here is the chả băm, is the pork floss. I thought we had some at home, but unfortunately we ran out. So I am using pork liver. You can also use chicken liver, but I think pork liver tastes better. This part is the chewy part. You don't want this. All right, so after you got it all chopped up, just a little bit of salt in here. And then we'll rinse it with some water just to get all of that blood or all that dark liquid. I don't know if it's blood or not, but. So we're not done yet. After that, put it in a bowl. Cover this up with some milk. And we'll let this sit in here for at least 30 minutes, okay? This is to help to get rid of any stench coming from this liver. So I am also using pork belly. Try to find the piece with actually a lot of fat. We need this pork fat to keep our pate moist. You can also use ground pork with lots of fat, but I find that using these ones actually is a lot better. It's better quality. So we're going to parboil this pork for two purposes. One is to get rid of that stench, and two is to kind of like tenderize the meat and keep it moist. All right, you do not want to overcook these in the water because we are going to stir fry it, and then after we stir fry it, we have to steam it too. So let's put out water. All right, set this aside for it to dry. Don't forget about the bread. So the bread helps to hold everything together. You can use sliced bread, whatever bread you got. You can also use panko breadcrumbs, but that's fine. I'm just eyeing it on how much we need here. I think that is good. That will soak it in milk. The bread soaking all the milk here. And set this aside. We need to rinse out our liver of the milk. Wash the liver with water. All nice and rinsed out. All right, now the easy part is stir frying. We got a stick of butter. Then we'll throw in our garlic, onions, and shallots. I would have used more white onions, but we ran out. I only got a quarter left, so I added extra shallots here. Okay, throw all this in. Stir fry this until the onions is a little bit translucent. And then we'll throw in our liver. Get this nice seared all around. And then goes our pork. Then we'll finally season chicken bouillon. It's about a couple of tablespoons. A tablespoon of sugar, fish sauce, a couple of tablespoons, and lots of black pepper, ground black pepper. I love my pate with extra black pepper, so give it like 2-3 tablespoons. You're gonna have to steam this later too, so you don't have to worry about, oh, if this is fully cooked or not. Just get all the flavor in. Get it all nice and seared, get the aroma in. Because later on, we're gonna cook it again anyways. So this is gonna take around 10 minutes to stir fry. After that, we'll leave it to rest. Let it cool down a little bit before we blend it, because you don't wanna put this hot stuff inside your blender. Your blender is gonna get messed up, so. And all this inside the blender. And if you don't have a large enough blender, you might want to do this a couple times. Or soak milk bánh mì too. Do not pour the milk in. Just take the bánh mì as is like this. That's it. I hope this is not too full. And last but not least, we'll add in some butter spread. 1 spoonful. So I'm gonna season it just a little bit more. Need some sugar, a bit more chicken bouillon, fish sauce, Some more black pepper, definitely. All right, chunky or not, it just depends on how you want your baguette to be. I don't want mine to be too smooth. So I got myself a baking pan here, kind of like a square, about 2-inch deep here. Gonna spread some butter on the bottom of the pan. That way it won't stick to the pan when you dump it out. You might have to use like 2 pans if you have a lot, but I think this pan should fit. So once you steam this thing is gonna expand too. So you don't want to fill it to the top. Optional, but I like to put an extra layer of butter on top too. That way it won't dry out. We'll cover this. Make sure the shiny side is down, okay? That way it will keep the heat in and not out of it, okay? Poke some hole in it just so the hot air can get in here. Ooh-wee. So depending on how thick or how big your tray is, this can take anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, okay? Check in often, make sure that there are water underneath for it to steam. So you check on it with a chopstick or something to poke with. We'll go in somewhere in the middle. So if it's kind of wet like this, it means it's not ready yet. You want it a little bit drier. All right, this has been in here for like 2 hours, I think, because mine is a little bit big. All right, that looks dry. So we just got done steaming this for like a couple hours. We're going to let it rest, let it cool down to room temperature, and then throw it in the fridge. Ooh, this is gonna be so good with banh mi. So good with banh mi. So let this dry up a little bit more and let it coagulate all that fat and all that butter. Then we can use it.